back to the home away from home. How's it going today, guys? Trucks and Water here. Welcome back to another video. This is gonna be a controversial topic. The reason why I'm back up in the garage actually is that I'm gonna clean my truck a little bit, clean Brooke out a little bit, but it's going on a lot in the truck world about how this new generation is, how this old generation is. I'm gonna do my insight on what's going on. I'm gonna try to be as raw and real as possible to you all. Now I gotta probably edit out some words I'm probably gonna say because of YouTube algorithm and they're a bunch of, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, so let's get this truck cleaned and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, I just got done cleaning my truck. You've all seen the products I use when I just kind of wipe down my truck. Waterless car wash from Chemical Guys, and the ceramic window cleaner with the hydro bead, I think it's called, where it beads the water off your glass so it doesn't like make a streak. It just beads right off like ceramic coating. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the truck scene, and there's a lot of controversy lately, especially with Daytona Truck Meet being canceled, going to Miami, and people pissed off that they went to Daytona Truck Meet, so they go to Miami and vice versa, and how the new scene, people are saying, is different than what it was years ago. And I think I bring a very unique perspective on this because when the truck scene came out on social media, I'm not saying like in general, I'm saying on social media, on Instagram, when it got big, I was in high school. I graduated a class of 2015, so I remember when 20 by 12s were a huge deal. I remember when like deleting a truck making 700 horsepower was a big deal. Like stuff like that I remember being a big deal, where now it's like 1,000 horse diesels are a norm, and like, you know, if your race diesel truck doesn't make 2,000 horsepower, you're not even relevant. Stuff like that. That's where I came from. So coming into this, I see both sides of the argument. Lacey Blair's boyfriend, Zach, if y'all follow him on Instagram, made a post about how it was years ago, where everyone built something in their driveway or in their garage, or if they had a shop, they built it. You know, they were hands-on. It wasn't like quote-unquote daddy's money, or you took out a loan from a bank somehow for 120 grand, bought a platinum, had a shop put on it, and then you call it your own, stuff like that. And I understand to a degree about that, because those people have made a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. These kids that come in, they buy a truck, and I'm not saying financing is bad, I'm not saying taking out a loan is bad as long as you can afford it, but going in and just platinum, leveling kit, or, you know, whatever size lift, 22 by 14s or 24 by 14s, polished or black wheels, tires, and that's it. And they call it a build. And everyone has a different definition of a build, I understand that. But that part of the truck scene is kind of ruining what we have now. Because a lot of us, when I got into it back in I was just before I turned 21. So December, when I was 20 years old, man, I had like 2016, 2017, I think I uploaded. 2017, January 1st, 2017 was my first upload. I'm not saying I was the only one doing it, but I was one of very few people that were vlogging the truck. I'm not going to say the truck life, but kind of the truck scene. Me, Justin Hawk-Smith, Aaron Cates, Dirty Max Jack, Greg A, all those guys. Now, some of those guys are a lot bigger than me. I'm not saying that at all. I've made some mistakes in my YouTube career that has cost me quite a bit. And if you want me to make a video on that, drop a comment down below. But I'm getting back at it. We were trying to make it more relevant. Now, when people got popular and people started upbringing, that's when another generation saw that and said, oh, I can be famous. I can have clout. And I can come in and do this. And that's where I think a lot of people are getting this from. They want to go back to the old days where you actually wanted to build trucks. You wanted to modify this. You wanted to build your own thing and not copy everybody else. Now, to a certain degree, we all copy somebody because of a leveling kit, wheels or tires, tint, audio, engine mods, you name it. Somehow, somewhere you're copying somebody, unless you make one-off stuff like my front bumper on my K1500, my track bars on my K1500 are one-off. Me and Justin destroyed the drawings after we built my track bars. No one else can copy that, and the paint code for the black on the emblem in my track bar is a one-off paint code. Again, been destroyed. You can't copy it. So, stuff like that. Now, and that's what people see is the clout. They don't see the fact that, like, say, hey, like, one of the biggest YouTubers I look up to is Dirty Max Jack. Like, that's where I want to be eventually, is doing giveaways, giving back to the community, doing stuff like that. Like, he's not big in the show scene, doesn't go to any really shows, but he does it in other ways. And I look up to him because of that. He's an awesome guy, great influence, great guy to, like, look up to and stuff like that. And people are seeing that and seeing they can make money off it. Now, I'm not saying, like, if you have the chance to buy someone else's build and make content, go for it. But my problem is when you take someone else's build and basically say it's your own. Or you change a little bit of stuff here and there, but say it's your own now. It's not. You did not buy the truck, bone stock, used, new, whatever, and build it up to where it is from now. Or where it is now. So that's where my problem is. Now, on the flip side, I see the new generation coming up, and we need to support this. We need to encourage it. Like, I don't agree with Carolina Squad. And I don't, not because of the actual truck, because we all have our own definition of a build, we all have a definition of a style we like. What I believe Carolina Squat and the hatred for it, or Tennessee Tilt, or Carolina Lean, whatever you want to call it, what the hatred is for is the people that do it. They're usually young kids that are way too cocky for their own being. Either they didn't build it, or they didn't afford it, mommy and daddy bought it or whatever, or they did do afford it, instead of like accepting other builds and saying, hey, it's not my style, but I like what you did here, or I appreciate your build, or something like that. They hate on everybody else. Now, me and the guys, we poke fun at each other for our builds, and me and people that are close to me, like with other trucks, we poke fun at our builds, but I know for a fact I can call up 10 people right now and be like, hey, what's your opinion on this? And they would shoot me straight. Not because they hate the build, but because they want to see the best for me, and I want to see the best for them. And that's where we need to get back to. The truck community in general is so, like Zach said, Lacey Blair's boyfriend, the performance side is still like that. Like, people help each other out. Yeah, when you're lined up against that line on a drag race or whatever with 2 diesel trucks, and you look beside you and you see that opponent, yeah, it's a war, it's a fight. But the moment you leave that track, dude, my injector 4 failed. All right, man, let me get my tools out, we'll help you. I've seen that so much in the performance side. Whereas this, like the showy side, the SEMA trucks and all that, it's cutthroat almost. It's like, if you can screw someone else over to better yourself, people will do it. And it's honestly the saddest thing I've ever seen, because the reason why this hobby, sport, passion, whatever you want to call it, is not dying but getting a really bad name is because of all the BS that is associated with people see. Now, like I said before, I don't agree with burnouts at events. Now, in the last video of the Cerebral Policy Meet, I did film some and put them in the video. Now, I will probably film some in the future and put in the video because it makes great content. I have to look this on the business side also. But there's a time and place for everything, and that's all I'm going to say about that. We just need to, as a community, come together and support each other. Like, when I build Brooke, my Tacoma, not everyone's going to agree with the style of it. I'm planning on having it two different wheel steps for this truck. Reasons in the future you will find out. But a lot of people are not going to agree with one side, and a lot of people are not going to agree with the other side. They're going to say that looks like crap, or that looks like crap. But at the same time, my philosophy and how I grew up is, like, you don't talk bad about something that you're not doing, if that makes any sense. So, like, are you building Tacoma? No. So you don't really have a right to say anything. Now, if you want to voice your opinion, like, hey, man, I think you need to do this because I think this will look good. Perfect. Understood. I'll take your opinion. But, like, that's not how I would build it. Okay, well, go out and buy one and build the way you want to. Just like people are like, well, your YouTube channel sucks. Well, okay, go out and do it, because the people that are doing exactly what you're doing or trying to get to where you're at, or people above you, respect you because they understand what it takes or what it has took to get where you're at now. And society in general, just a bunch of jealous people that sit on their butts, drink alcohol, smoke dope, not do anything in their life, binge watch Netflix. Like it's crazy when people tell me, hey, they ask me, hey, have you seen this series? Have you seen that series? Are you following this series? And I'm like, no. I'm like, why not? It's like, well, because I'm usually editing videos on social media, doing something, the business side of that, or whatever, catching up on like the very few YouTubers I do follow and watch. I don't do TV shows, I don't do series, I don't do any of that because it just wastes my time. And I'd rather spend my time building something and showing a generation that you can still build something. It is still cool to build something and not be a lazy POS that doesn't do anything in their life, whether it's a truck, a dirt bike, a four-wheeler, a car, model airplanes, like whatever your passion is, go out there and do it. Firearms, whatever it is, go out and do it. Because this world would be a better place if people just did what they love and not bicker and argue and stuff like that. So, I know I kind of ranted there, but basically in the truck scene right now, I think we all need to come together as one. And people call these hosts that host these events on these big time events, you know what I'm talking about, money hungry and stuff like that. Well, guys, I hate to burst your bubble, but it takes money to do this stuff. So when you make money, you can reinvest in stuff like that. But at the same time, there are some actions of some few folks I've seen that would point to me that they don't care about this anymore. They care about this now. And that's not what it's all about. It takes money to be in this kind of a field. Don't get me wrong. You have to pay to play. But at the same time, like Dirt and Max Jack, we all know he makes a crap ton of money. Like the guy has the perfect business model for making money, like LGND too. But he's very humble about it. Yes, he has a nice shop. He has a nice compound. He has a nice car, the new Audi, I think it's an Audi A6 or something, wagon or whatever it is. But the guy gives back to the community. The guy reinvests his money into his business to grow it, to make it better so he can do more giveaways and do this, that, and the other. It is freaking awesome. So, that being said, guys, I hope you kind of see where I'm going at. We all need to come together, stop arguing, stop bickering, stop with this whole, like, destroying other people's property and vandalizing other people's property and stuff like that. We all need to come together as one. And I hope that resonated with a lot of you all. The OGs out there, me, Justin, Aaron Cates, and a bunch of others. I don't think I mentioned Aaron before in the beginning, which I'm sorry, but he's one of them. Keep going, guys. If you see this video, keep going at it. It's great. But other than that, guys, I hope that resonated with y'all. If you like this video, leave a like on the channel. Please subscribe to the Trucks and Water family. We're constantly growing, changing, trying new and better things. I got parts on the way for Brooke. If they're on back order, there's nothing I can do. This freaking supply chain's a bunch of BS. Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate you doing a great job running this country. Oh, it's so great. But anyways, if you like this video, leave a like. New to the channel, please subscribe to the Trucks and Water family. We're constantly growing, changing, trying new and better things. I hope you all have a great day. And remember, never give up on your dreams.